Hi there. My name is Aisha, and I have a pet jumping spider. Her name is Claire, and she was on my shoulder, but I just got her off to show you guys. So this is Claire. She's very sweet. She's a full adult. So this is as big as she gets. She is a Phidippus regis, so a regal jumping spider. And I got her last summer as a sub-adult from Poramore. And she molted twice with me, I believe. I've kept all her molts. And then, yeah, she hasn't molted since last year. So she's fully an adult. She's beautiful. She's wonderful. She's got such a great, sweet disposition. She just comes out and hangs out with me and doesn't really move very fast because she's older now. Yeah, she's really great for a first, I'd say a sub-adult is great for a first time spider owner, because yeah, they just move a little bit slower. They're not too difficult to take care of because it can be a little bit trickier when they're younger and have so many molts. Miss molts can happen. So yeah, I think a sub-adult is great for a beginner. When I got her, she was my first. So I was a beginner. I researched jumping spiders for about 2.5 years before getting her. And I also researched all of the enclosures you can get. I scared her a little bit there. So I went with a Por Amor enclosure. I found that I really liked that they could customize, or I could customize it through them, just order the pieces I wanted, and I could put it together myself. It is glass, so it's beautiful. I feel like it's way more clear compared to acrylics. So I really like that. It's easy to clean because glass is non-porous. You just spot wipe, and you're good to go. The parts that I actually have to scrub are the 3D printed plastic parts, but I just scrub them with some warm water. If there's a really stubborn spot on like a shelving unit that I have from Poramore, I use vinegar and water, and yeah, it comes out really clean. So I just cleaned her enclosure. Any little spots that you might see on it in here, like this up here, that cloudy bit, that is her webbing, which I didn't want to take out. I did clean up the glass a little bit, but there are still little marks on there from where she's made her anchor points. So I don't want to get rid of all of those because she's getting older. Her risk of falling is a lot, it can happen a lot easier as they age. So I didn't want to get rid of all of her anchor points. So she's still safe in there. She's never fallen yet, so that's a good sign. So yeah, now that I have it clean and taken apart, I'm going to put it back together with you and show you how it's done. So I have, because these spiders like to have humidity, I have the substrate base. And then what I have, I'm going to do this while she's crawling around on me, so I might be a little bit distracted sometimes. I put on got slats on it, and that just clips. Oh, I have an extra magnet on there. Just a minute. That just clips onto there. That's the base. Hi, Claire. She's rocking tonight. She's just busy. Usually she doesn't move around this much, actually. She usually just picks a spot on my hand or on my arm and stays there. I'm imagining it's because I'm talking so much. They can feel the vibrations on their fur or hairs. So yeah, it's probably just like, she's probably like, what is going on? This woman is talking. So one thing you do have to be very careful about when you have your spider out and you're putting their enclosure back together, or putting it together in the first place, these magnets are very strong and you want to make sure you know where your spider is all the time, because if she jumps under one of those magnets, she could get squished. So I'm always very aware of where she is, compared to where I'm putting her enclosure back together. So again, she's just boogieing today. So yeah, this is with the base on. It's very sleek, very beautiful. I love it. Next, I got 2 shelving sizes. I'm just gonna grab Claire here a moment. Oh, there you go, pretty girl. So I got the bigger shelf. I really liked the shelves because you can kind of do different things with them. I change them up every time I put the enclosure back together. I'm gonna see if she wants to go back in her webbing. Oh, there you go. There she goes. She's just chilling in. There is a little, I do have a shelf in there. It's just a tiny one. I use that to kind of where she built her, well, she chose that spot, but it kind of helps hold up her webbing. I don't move that one when I clean it because she doesn't poop on it. It's very clean. It's just, I don't want to wreck her webbing. She works very hard on that and I don't want to ruin it. So what I have here is a piece of cork that I just bought from a pet store. I broke it in half. It's just a little piece. I have that in there for her to hide in. So I'm going to put that in the corner there so she can hide behind that if she wants to. And I got these mushrooms from Poramore as well. I have 3 of them, 3 different sizes. They're very cute. I love them. And I put them in different spots in her enclosure just to kind of spice it up, make it a little interesting for her. I also have this Por Amor 3D printed feeding dish. It's perfect for when I want to give her a mealworm. I always crush their heads first. I don't like crushing things because it makes me sad, but I'd rather crush them for her so that they can't bite her. So then I just pop it in there, put it close to where she is. So I'll probably put it over here. And yeah, she just sees it. We'll see the food in there and we'll usually go down there at night when I'm not looking and eat it. So, and then she just discards the body afterwards. So I usually just pick it up off the bottom or something like that, wherever it is. It's easy to get with tweezers. I have a pair of tweezers to do that kind of stuff with her. I also have a bearded dragon, so I have the big long tweezers for feeding him crickets and such, so they come in handy. So what I do with these mushrooms is I pick where I want them to go and I put a little bit of hot glue on there. And this stuff, I change it up every time I clean her enclosure, so this doesn't like stick to the 3D printed plastic. It just sticks enough that it's not going to fall off in her enclosure. It's not going to fall on her if she's moving about. It's not going to fall if she's perched on top of it. I don't want any of that. So it's just to keep it safe. But if I really wanted to, it just pops off and then I just take the leftover off and replace it wherever I want it the next time. She's just chilling in her little web there. Once she's in there, that's like her favorite spot. It's her safe place, so she's not going to move around a lot in there, if at all. She's also a lot less active at night, and it is nighttime here. So she's probably just going to go to sleep while I'm setting up her enclosure. Again, if your spider is in the enclosure, just be super, super duper aware of where it is at all times. You don't want to squish it. So next I've washed all of these things, so they're just got little water droplets on them. I'm just checking to make sure there's no water inside this hide. Don't want her to go in there and drown. So I have this hide. It's super cute. And yeah, when she's in there, it's actually the cutest thing. She's just perched in there and she kind of peeks out. And she just looks like a little spider kitten watching you. And I always put that on the lid of the enclosure. I got the glass lid. I think you can get different lids if I'm not mistaken. I got the glass. Again, I really just like to be able to look at her from all angles. The only way I can't see her is from this angle, but that's okay. I grab a magnet. You gotta be very careful. It's not very careful. It's not super breakable, but I always like to get really close with the magnets. From far away, it could potentially break the glass if you have the magnets collide. So I'm going to put that off to the side for a bit while I finish up her enclosure. So I'm going to put the shelf over here today. Boop. And then there's another magnet. Ooh. Here we go. And then you just even it out. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh. And then I like to use a little fake plant to kind of give her something. I like to try to perch it on that shelf that she's on right now, up in that corner. And I just kind of move it around gently so I'm not scaring her. And she's so light that she can crawl across that. So she can get from one side of the enclosure to the other fairly easily. Yeah, every once in a while I will glue it just to make sure it stays. But because she's in there right now, I'm not going to glue it. I don't want to burn her, and you don't want the glue to be still soft when they're in there. And then because she's older, I have this webbing that I just got from a craft place, and I like to put that on one of the walls. I usually put it on this wall, so I'm going to go ahead and do that after I'm done showing the enclosure. And that's just to ensure while she's walking around, because she's older again, that she doesn't fall off of anything. It's just a little added security on one of the walls. So yeah, I am going to put this last little itty bitty mushroom in here. I'm gonna put it, I might need my tweezers. Don't drop the mushroom. There we go. Perfect. Like I said, I move them around. The only one that's not moved is I keep that one on there all the time. I like it there. Other than that, I do change up the enclosure based on the time of the year. You can get different enclosure decorations from Poramore. So at Halloween time, I like their little stack of pumpkins, or their hands that like grasp upwards. That's cool. I also have, there's a lot of stuff that I change around in here. I also have a swing for Claire. It's not set up right now, but it is in my bag of holding, I guess. Spider holding. And yeah, the last thing to put on here, I'm just gonna put the lid back on. So I actually like to have this, this is the part of like the back is the part that faces the wall in my house. I like to put the hide facing away so that if she really just needs some quiet alone time, she doesn't have to look at anybody. She can hide in that little hide and just stare into a corner where she's not going to see anything. I don't know if that's necessary, but I like to do that for her. Have this little spray bottle. Open up this back door, super handy. I like this because I can spray without it spraying upwards and getting her. So I can spray just the bottom half of the enclosure and then pop that door back on. It's super easy. And then I also put water in the substrate so that the humidity comes up that way. And she's just nice and humid. The Phidippus regis does like to have a little bit more humidity than the old jumping spiders. So they both like humidity, but the regis or regal jumping spiders really, really like it to be humid and, you know, water droplets at the bottom. So any extra water that they can get or humidity that they can get is better. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The last thing I have to do, I'm just wadding up a piece of cotton here for her water. And I'm just going to use what's in here. Fill this. So what I really liked about Poramore when I was looking for a spider was they don't have a ton of spiders when they do have them, which tells me they don't overbreed. I know there's some places from the States I've heard about that, like they house their spiders together and the females are always pregnant, and that can be dangerous for a number of reasons. They aren't communal spiders, so they will eat each other, so it's not a good idea. And then if I've heard of people getting females as first time buyers or first time spider owners, and then they end up being pregnant, and that's not good for a first time spider owner. You don't know what to do with the babies. So with Poramore, I'm very confident that I'm getting what I ask for. I'm not getting a pregnant spider. I'm not getting a spider that's gonna have any limbs missing or any gouges on their body from being put in situations where they're around other spiders. I also, what I really love about Poramore is when I first got Claire and I was a little uncertain of some things, their customer service is amazing. I can message them, whether it's through email or through Instagram. I get a reply within, at most, I think I've waited 2 hours. And I also have called them about certain things if I'm unsure what to do or what to set up. Like when I was getting this enclosure, because it was my first enclosure, I didn't really know what size to get, what substrate, like should I get a substrate base? So I called them, and yeah, they basically told me everything that I needed, helped me through all that. And yeah, it's really good to know that they're just a phone call away or a message away. That just pops into there. I love it. There's another hole down here if you wanted to switch it up and put the water down here, or some people put a fruit fly jar down there. I just have this in there for now for water. And yeah, it's added humidity. If she needs a drink, she can crawl on over to that cotton swab and drink from it. So that is my enclosure. My favorite thing about it, I think, is honestly the price point and the customization. I liked that, you know, I could get as many shelves as I wanted. I could opt for the tray for feeding or not. I got this actually later. I didn't have it at first. I got it later. They have all the different sizes of hides, all the different sizes of shelves. They have ladders. Like I said, the swing. There's a lot of stuff that you can get, and you can get it all at once. You can get it little bits at a time. Yeah, my favorite thing about it is just the customization of it, and actually how beautiful it looks too. It's just a really sleek, beautiful looking unit. And yeah, I just think it's gorgeous. Very clear. Love the glass. And like I said, the price point for what you're doing, for the customization that you can get from it, unbeatable. Anywhere else, you're going to be paying, you know, so much money for the enclosure, and then you got to go find the decorations for the inside. You got to go find the substrate. You got to go find the water dishes. I love that you can get it all from there, and it's all fits together perfect. It's customizable. It's, yeah, all beautiful. So yeah, that's my enclosure. That's my Claire. I also got Claire from Poramore. I'm not sure if I told you guys that, but Claire is one of Poramore's spiders. So yeah, so happy with them. So happy with the spider. And yeah, would 10 out of 10 do it all again. And yeah, that's about it. So I hope you guys have a good night. I hope you enjoyed putting my spider's enclosure together with me, and I hope that you buy a spider from Poramore along with an enclosure. Spiders are a beautiful thing.